Peter Sterling leads out the Parramatta side onto the Parramatta Stadium for a big match for the Parramatta side tonight. They know they're up against the best team in the competition, and they're prepared to give it their very best shot tonight. They've got plenty of local support as the flags fly. Will they be flying high at the end of this? It's a good crowd here at the stadium for this match. Will we see that Para power tonight? The little man knows how to beat Canberra. This is his ground. And the Parramatta side all set for this big one. The flags are set and Canberra comes onto the field.
Incredible side, this Canberra outfit. They are going to have to produce their best too against Parramatta. They haven't beaten the Eels here at the stadium, so that is firmly entrenched on their mind, and they will continue to do their best because they only just got out of jail against Newcastle last week. Todd looking for a lot of work early on. MENINGA, I wonder what the defensive lineup will be to take him on. O'Sullivan at 5'8" tonight. Great atmosphere on a cool night here at the stadium. Geoff Weeks in control. The Parramatta Stadium, nice to have you with us on 10 Sports Action for a vital one for the Eels. Gary COYNE, 100 first-grade games for the Raiders tonight. Congratulations to him. He'll be hoping for a big one as well. Mahon to put it down deep for the Eels. Their defence will be tested tonight. They've let in nearly 20 points a match. BELCHER. Good man to keep the football away from. Walters tries to get out of dummy half. Lance. Characteristic run of his, low to the ground, head down. Stuart kicking straight away. LIDDIARD. Young man with a lot of ability, but up against the best. Just gets into the Canberra territory. Barnes, dummy half, unloads. Lance put a shoulder shot in. After the whistle had gone, the touch judge is coming in on it.
Yeah, in this hand replay, just watch this. It's a shoulder shot there. He got the left shoulder into him, dug it in, but he was still in possession of the football. But the touch judge has come in and had a bit of a word with him.
Well, he gets rid of some nervous energy, Lance, and he's screaming at his players. Gately will go for goal. About 34 out.
I thought Gately played pretty well against St George last week. He got into a position to unload the football. He's a player that's got some skill with the ball, and he was able to get rid of the football and was instrumental in one try, as a matter of fact. So, but his goal kicking, well, he's up and down with his goal kicking.
For a big man, Gately, he doesn't really kick the ball a long way.
I would imagine this would be just about the extent of his kicking range.
And a good crowd out as we head on into this long weekend. Very important matches up for grabs. And the players also, the back of their minds, State of Origin next Wednesday night. Gately now trying to draw first blood for the Eels at home at the stadium. It's only just going to have the legs, but it's wide. BELCHER gets it to 10 metres out. Barnes was over the top. They're storming in the Eels. They know they've got to apply the pressure. LAZARUS to his feet. Stewart. O'Sullivan, quick hands. They tried to stretch them and catch them wide. MENINGA. Goodwin's got him. Stewart creates his own time out of dummy half with a big kick downfield. BARTOLO. CLYDE's in his way, as well as Bell. Sterling, sloppy pass to him. He did well to recover.
He did miraculously to get that one. He was under a lot of pressure. Have a look at this, a bit of agility. One-handed virtually, he could. That's a great take.
Gately was hit very hard. Very solid tackle. He hasn't moved.
Nissan replay. Now there's Lance again. That's a great tackle by Lance. He's a destructive and murderous tackler head on. Nothing illegal about his style. He just goes in fairly high around about the chest region and really puts the weight in. That's a murderous type of tackle.
All fired up, Lance. He's already received a caution. Weeks moves to play the ball away from the injured player. Sterling. Kenny. Nowhere to go for Kenny, but to look up the middle for Laurie. Lance was again the tackler. Barnes for Goodwin. Good support in the forwards from Parramatta. Running in 2s and 3s, they've got to do it against the bigger outfit. LIDDIARD kicking downfield. Martin's there. So's Belcher. He leaves it for Martin to have his first touch of the match.
It seemed to me to be a bit of a discrepancy there. I don't think either of them called.
Gately, a little bit groggy on his feet. He's trying to get back into the line. Stewart. They're up quick. Out wide on O'Sullivan. Sterling forced him back in up the middle. COYNE. Sterling low, Goodwin over the top. Quick moving defence from Parramatta. That's got to keep on going for 80 minutes. CLYDE up the middle. You start to think about Belcher and Meninga out wide, and then you've got to turn your thoughts to CLYDE in the forwards. Stewart. Down for Mahon. Good season for him on the wing at Parramatta. Another heavy tackle. He slipped as he ran in to big Glen LAZARUS. CRNKOVICH. Bill, what are your keys tonight?
Well, the key man's Gary Belcher, I think, as far as Canberra are concerned, and what Parramatta have got to do, Graham, is keep the ball away from him. I'd be surprised, really, if Sterling kicks long to Belcher. Sterling hasn't got a long kicking game. I think he'll try to chip over the top and maybe bomb him in the centre of the field.
Here's Jackson. He got 3 last week. He's got Kenny with him. It went astray. Play on. This will be a try. They've started the right way, the Eels. CRNKOVICH has got it. It was in line. Weeks said the play was okay. They're all on their feet here at the stadium.
Magnificent try there. The opportunity came out wide from the Sterling pass on the run around. Watch it. The Nissan replay shows it. Kenny ducked. He knew the pass was on to Jackson. Jackson straight up the middle there. Beautiful run from him. He's got plenty of pace. His pass was not a measured pass. It came to CRNKOVICH on the leg, and he just put his foot down, kicked it into the in goal, and a very good try. Now, he didn't finish with the football. He doesn't have to. All he's got to apply is downward pressure. That magic pass from Sterling, that was a beautiful pass. Look at this boy run, Jackson. He can run, I can tell you. He scored 3 tries last week against St George. His pass, he should have been rubbish for that, but unfortunately for Parramatta and for CRNKOVICH, it went to his foot, and he was able to kick it deep into the in-goal area and force it with a downward pressure and then roll away from it. And just repeating, you don't have to stick with the ball when a try is scored.
Just 22 for Danny CRNKOVICH. A student, he might be a student up against one of the best in Meninga tonight. What a start for him and his side. Mahon will try and make it a perfect start for Parramatta. The Premiers have been stunned. Big crowd to really get behind the Eels here. Mahon, you bet he's got it. Parramatta flying with this start. They lead the Raiders by 6-0.
Couldn't have wished for a better start, the Parramatta side. Now we'll see what the champs are made of. They try to withstand this great start by the Parramatta side in front of a big crowd. It's absolutely delighted to see that. Now HORO will play the football 35 metres away from the Parramatta line. And away goes Barnes.
What a good game he had last week too, playing his first game as hooker. He played very intelligently from dummy half and ran well. Sterling kicks to space.
Yes, a chip and chase from Sterling. HORO's there to pick it up and lost the football forward.
Well, that was a golden opportunity for Parramatta. HORO had the great misfortune to get to the ball first and then lose it in the tackle. Sterling quickly onto it and swept it away to a support player.
Scrum feed and the scrum win to the Raiders.
Little knock on.
It may have been a little touch of a knock on, but the referee didn't play it. As Clyde brings the football away. Gets up close to the halfway mark. Todd. Waller's in there at dummy half. It's for Stuart. COYNE.
Yeah, just while they're working it away here, under 21s, well, Parramatta 16, Canberra 6. And in the reserve grade, Canberra came home with a wet sail, 22, Parramatta 16. That was a good game of football too.
On the last tackle, Stuart puts it high. Mahon takes it well.
What a good player he's turned out to be for Parramatta.
It's an outstanding year. Now Jackson gets to within 10 metres of the halfway mark. It's for Sterling. BARTOLO. Got it back for LIDDIARD. Sterling again. Kenny. Kenny nearly sliced through. Just got to him on the halfway mark. Parramatta will get the penalty. Waller's asked the question.
Yeah, Waller's was the tackler on the Nissan replay. Put him down, put Kenny down on the halfway mark, and then sort of made a meal of it, rolled over with him and didn't get away quickly. The referee quite entitled to give a penalty for that. Yes, Johnny Croucher now. What's the story with footy pad tonight? Another big one?
Yes, certainly is, Rex. There's $39,000 in the pick to score dividend pool and no prizes for guessing Canberra. Very hot favourites. 70% have gone for them, and by a big margin for the most part. The footy tab computer might surprise you. It's gone for Parramatta to just get up. 14 to 18 for them. Canberra 10 to 14.
Thanks very much, John. The money rolls in.
We'll see what the Parramatta side can do this time. Getting up towards the quarter line. Goodwin will play it. Barnes a dummy half for Sterling. Here's Kenny. Kenny got a beautiful football away for LIDDIARD, who is crawling, got the football away. Canberra will come up with it. But gee whiz, this Parramatta side really putting some pressure on. The Raiders bring it away from their own line.
It's been Kenny and Sterling causing all the problems out wide. Lazarus on their heels a bit, the defending premiers. Bell. Stuart. Looking for touch if he can get it to roll for him. It won't get there. Bartolo's there first. He'll try and run away from O'Sullivan. He did it beautifully. Taken now by Martin. Very quick match here at the stadium. CRNKOVICH. Sterling trying to run this team around Canberra with a passing game out wide. Gately back up the middle for Langford. A small back row from the Eels, but they've all started well. Barnes for Sterling. Kenny. Mile of players outside him. Laurie. Flick pass infield. That was at the knees of CRNKOVICH. CLYDE. COYNE. The Raiders look to go wide. COYNE hesitated for a moment as the Eels got up quickly out wide. Lance, Lazarus. Both were trying to travel from a standing start. Much better from Todd, who meets that advantage line and gains a couple of metres. Stuart, O'Sullivan. Last tackle against the Raiders. Stuart. Mahon tried to trap it, he missed it completely. Travelling to the in goal, Ferguson's getting down there quickly. Mahon, can he get out of there? He ducked under Ferguson and leapt back into the field of play.
Well, he'd get a swim for Australia there off the marks the way he went so far into the field of play. It was good. Very good.
HORO. About 8 out from their own line, Parramatta. Goodwin. Brought up a couple of big tackles for Parramatta. Gately standing wide in the ruck. Ball away well for Laurie. One more tackle. Sterling keeping it low towards the sideline. Belcher's there. Across for Martin. Bell for Stewart. The Eels a mile offside. Geoff Weeks is going to catch them straight away. Stewart motions towards the touchline, which will set up the first real opportunity for Canberra. It's as you said, Bill, they're keeping the ball away from Belcher.
Sterling doing a very good job in that respect. You know, Belcher's the best kick returner in the business, so Sterling is just making sure that he doesn't kick the ball long to him and give him any space. They're using chip kicks and kicks from the sideline. They're just depriving Belcher of any opportunities.
Walters, Stewart, Lazarus. Goodwin stole it, but he lost it. He knocked it on. Geoff Weeks said he didn't. It looked pretty simple. Back for Barnes. Everything's going right for the blue and golds. HORO. They're playing with a ton of enthusiasm. Langford. Lance was looking for a hit but missed. Sterling to the back line of Kenny. CRNKOVICH. Floated one for Bartolo to go back on the inside. Lazarus was sweating on him. One more tackle again for the Eels. Sterling on a short blind. He looks as though he's bleeding from a head cut. Again low and towards that sideline. Belcher. You can't give him a look in. Bad cut of Sterling on the head and the cheek.
Looks like it's on the left cheek.
Martin's come off his wing to link up with his skipper MENINGA on the other side. The Raiders are back near their 22, and it's Ferguson to be brought down.
Jigger dancing and weaving around, 32 away from the Canberra Raiders line. COYNE got it back for Bradley Clyde. Hold him! O'Sullivan for Belcher. And away goes Bell, inside for Martin. This is the last tackle for the Raiders. Stewart. Again, Mahon is down there for it. Almost back on his own line by the time he got to it. 4 green jumpers in front of him. Lazarus cleans him up. 10 metres away from the Parramatta line. LIDDIARD comes away. Now, Gately, almost on the quarter line. The mean machine, the green machine, moving up to meet the Parramatta attack. Goodwin. 5 tackles gone for the Eels. Back for Sterling. This is going to lob in almost in no man's land, but MENINGA got to it immediately. Away for Belcher. Just 5 metres from the halfway mark. A game that has really been non-stop. Here's TODD. Back for MENINGA. Way just inside the Parramatta half as Walters makes a little dash from dummy half. Now Stewart and O'Sullivan looking for touch. LIDDIARD is back there. The ball's gone nowhere near the touchline. LIDDIARD back on his own line. Being chased by Bell. Stewart was there to clean him up in the end, right on the quarter line. And offside the Canberra Raiders. Penalty to Parramatta. And the Eels lead 6 points to 0. (6-0) to the Eels. This penalty awarded about 32 or 33 metres away from the Parramatta line. Very enthusiastic opening from the Parramatta side. Sterling and Kenny really dictating the play. Now Bartolo Matt Goodwin. Just inside the Canberra half. Laurie was able to beat the first man. Langford. Sterling's gone to the right. Here he is, and a little run from Sterling. Turned the ball back inside, which has gone astray. The Raiders should come up with it. Belcher on his own quarter, straight across field. The pass for Bell, and then for Martin. Martin finally grounded just outside his own quarter. Parramatta really looking the goods tonight. Enthusiasm like that on COYNE.
Well, referee Weeks nearly fell over there at the critical moment and missed the fact that the ball was lost backwards by COYNE. I don't think it came off a Parramatta player.
It's a great opportunity for Parramatta just outside the quarter. Scrum feed, scrum win. Here's Kenny away for Jackson. Jackson trying to link up again with Kenny. CRNKOVICH. Some strong defence needed from the Raiders. Barnes. Sterling in the dummy half. Goodwin. A dummy back to Sterling. Takes the tackle himself. About 18 metres out from the Canberra line. Sterling. Looking for the one-pointer, and he's got it. Sterling with the field goal to take the Eels to a 7-0 lead over Canberra. Outstanding start from the Parramatta side. And Canberra really now have to start putting their mind on this football game.
Yeah, they're back on their heels temporarily with the way the Parramatta side have hit them in the opening 20 minutes of this game. Just midway through the first half now. This is the drop goal that Peter Sterling got on the Nissan replay. A couple of paces, bang on the right foot. Not the most classic looking drop kick in the world, but it went over. Counts a point.
MENINGA. A lot on the big skipper's mind too now. LAURIE. Into TODD. Glen LAZARUS has already made 16 tackles with the Raiders. Of course, LAZARUS is very much in the news all week long about that controversy involving Jack Gibson and his selection panel in the Blues outfit and Steve Roach, and just who's going to start next Wednesday night. LAZARUS again with another tackle, make it 17. LIDDIARD. This kick will travel pretty straight for BELCHER. They were nearly all down there though, the Eels. You just can't let up against them, Bill.
No, you can't, can you? You've just got to keep persisting with a guy like BELCHER, because if you just relax for one moment, he's going to thread his way through, and he's an expert at creating those 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s down the sideline. They're going to have to keep kicking away from him all night, Graham, and then persist with a good chase.
TODD. The Eels look to be pushing them across field, Bill, in defence.
Well, exactly. You know, the Canberra defensive system, Graham, is a slide defence. They don't come up and they hope you're going to try and pass and go around them, but Parramatta have found the answer to that. They're not trying to pass and go around them. They're just blasting into holes out wide and going through them. A few other teams might take a leaf out of this Eels book.
Sterling back there quickly. LIDDIARD. Only 2 scrums, 1 apiece. CRNKOVICH, the try scorer. Cracking pace in this game. Langford. One of the teams of the 80s, Parramatta, against the team they say is going to be it in the 90s. 3-1, the Eels have got the penalties. Sterling, bit of pressure on him, so he leaves it for LIDDIARD. That's not in the game plan to kick straight to this man. They're lucky that they're getting down there in big numbers. CLYDE. Goodwin has been shadowing him everywhere that CLYDE has gone. Stuart. Ran out of runners and great defence from HORO.
Yeah, that was a really good driving tackle. That made Stuart realise he was playing a first-grade game against a very enthusiastic first-grade side.
Bustling players upsetting this Canberra organisation. LAZARUS. Strong run from him. MENINGA. A bit better from them. BELCHER. CRNKOVICH up quickly. Classy play to keep it alive for MENINGA. Now Mahon. Martin back for Bell. Little chip ahead. It's play on. It won't bounce for him.
Well, the Nissan replay shows the little right foot. It was touched there by Peter Sterling and deflected over the sideline. So it'll be a Canberra feed, this scrum.
Stuart screaming out some calls to his 5'8" O'Sullivan. In fact, he's gone on a very short blindside for Martin. Now they go to the back line. MENINGA. Back for Stuart. Sterling. Jumps all over him. SHEENS knows he's up against the side, determined to pull off a big one. LAURIE just upends CLYDE. And gets penalised for not upping quick enough.
Well, he just spoiled his work there. It was a magnificent tackle, really, an up-and-downer, and draw to the back. Look at it. Magnificent stuff. That really makes your teeth rattle. And he just persisted a little bit long, hanging onto him, and he got penalised for it. And that's a great misfortune, because that tackle really deserved the accolade of the crowd. Instead of got the boos, the referee's given the penalty against Parramatta, and that's what you get up here. Booed.
For a fair way out, MENINGA's decided that psychologically his side needs to get on the board. It might be Canberra going for goal, but they're chanting Parramatta. Sterling's covered in blood. So far it's been the Eels, though, who have covered themselves with plenty of glory. An outstanding start against this side. A shocker from MENINGA, trapped by HORO, who just has time to recover and get back to about 12 out from his own line. It's 7-0 to the Eels.
So the Parramatta side still in their own quarter. A shocker of a kick from MENINGA, and he immediately came over to the sideline. He's concerned about an injury to his leg, Bill.
As soon as he missed that kick for goal, he sort of felt the leg, then came across to the sideline. He yelled out something to the bench, and as I talk, number 19, Matthew Woods, come down, obviously to replace him.
Well, that's a blow for the Raiders. Ferguson is back to retrieve this on his own corner. And they got him. So tremendous pressure on the Raiders now from this Parramatta side. Woods is ready to go on to replace Big Mal. Stuart across field. The defence is picking him up. Now TODD on the quarter. There's the change. MENINGA off, Woods on. So more problems for the Raiders. Now COYNE was able to get it back for Walters. I wonder if we're saying problems for Canberra. Is that problems for Queensland with the third state of origin next Wednesday night?
Well, it could well be. If he's done some muscle damage there, he's going to be very doubtful for a game in a few days' time.
Mahon is now caught 10 metres short of halfway. We'll find out whether it's a problem for Queensland next Wednesday night, 7:30 from Lang Park. Hope you'll join us.
And the population of Queensland.
Matt Goodwin, good surging run from the big man, gets to halfway. Now Sterling again, dictating the play here, Kenny. 10 inside the Canberra half. Barnes. Last tackle now for Parramatta. Sterling. Where's this one gone? It's gone out on Victoria Road almost. 7-0, the Parramatta side lead Canberra. We're at Parramatta Stadium with the Eels leading Canberra 7 points to 0. And the Eels really playing outstanding football to contain the Premiers. Now, Billy Anderson has been checking out that injury to MENINGA. What's the story, Bill?
Well, he's had a medial ligament problem all year in the knee, and it's just a recurrence of that. It's something he's either going to have to get operated on or live with for the rest of 1990.
What does that mean in the short term?
Well, it may be like the Wally Lewis injury. You know, it's one of those things. He could make a very quick recovery from it and play on Wednesday night, but he'd have to be extremely doubtful.
Here's Kenny. 10 metres inside the Canberra half, and the Parramatta side continue to pour this pressure on. LAURIE. LIDDIARD in a dummy half. LANGFORD. Relentless pressure from the Parramatta side. Sterling. Barnes. Can they get through? Gately. And this is back for BELCHER, who's just able to pick it up in the field of play. Ferguson. Beat one, beat two. Ferguson threads his way up towards the quarter.
Yeah, great run there by Fergie. The crowd love that sort of thing. Down at Bruce Stadium, they go right off their brains when he touches the football.
Offside play ruled against Parramatta. The crowd hate it when their side's penalised. We hear that BELCHER has taken over the captaincy of this side tonight. And Stuart will take the kick for touch. And is able to find touch inside the Parramatta half. Now LAZARUS, straight ahead he goes. Stuart. TODD. Searching for a break in this Parramatta defence. For COYNE. COYNE caught by Barnes, lost the football. Been picked up by GOODWIN. Goodwin's into the clear, up to halfway, looks for support, can't get the football away. Great run from the big front rower.
Yeah, not a noted ball handler. He had an opportunity to offload the football then.
He never really played the football on that occasion. Parramatta have still got it. Sterling standing very wide. Basketball pass back for Mahon. The Eels looking for another try that would really put the Premiers in a deep hole. Gately. That last tackle was very late on Gately. Very late.
There, he's got a back problem. Just watch it again on the Nissan replay. Here he comes. Now watch the player come in over the top, LAZARUS, and must have dropped his knees accidentally, we'll have to assume, into the back of Gately, who's now being treated by the trainer. The play goes on.
LAURIE. One more tackle for the Eels. Sterling wants it. Big bomb for BELCHER. They won't have time to get down there. Diffused and back to the 22.
Yes, magnificent take by the Australian fullback. Absolutely beautiful, but he wasn't under pressure. They're the sort of things that just run to the mill for a good fullback to catch those.
LAZARUS. Walters. Gately is hardly moving. He's trying to get off the field. O'Sullivan into a hole. He's got BELCHER on the inside. BELCHER clear. Bradley Clyde is with him, waited for Clyde. He can't hang on to it. Knock on against the Raiders.
Yeah, some great cover. I noticed that Sullivan, when he made his initial break, went very close to the injured player, which might have put some of the Parramatta defenders off. But there was a try gone begging there, the last pass unable to be taken. I think that might have been a bit of cuteness by Sullivan to take the odds to that. He ran very close to the injured player, Gately.
Greg Drake just jumped into the front row there for Parramatta as Gately leaves the field. Kenny brings it away. Parramatta players were certainly complaining about the tackle made on Gately. Laurie. They were all screaming out at the touch judge. Mahon. 26 tackles in the other end for Parramatta, just 15 for the Raiders down here. Almost a perfect 40 minutes for the Eels. Goodwin, he is having a big match. We're about 8 away from half-time. Sterling put down as he tried to put the kick in. Gary Belcher. Well, have another look at this. You won't see this too often.
Yes,
from this man.
He doesn't really ever make mistakes, but he did on that occasion, and one has to laugh because it was such a simple little error that a little boy in a grade team, in a junior grade team, would make. And that's the Australian fullback out there. Everyone's human, though. Everyone can make a mistake. He was just taking it a bit easy, one thing.
Parramatta are bustling them out of it. Kenny tried a dummy, but it wasn't good enough. LIDDIARD for Drake to get a touch. Taken by Lazarus, who has done an enormous amount in the first half. 7-0 to the Eels. HORO ducking and still going just outside the 22. Barnes looks for Goodwin. Full of running, Goodwin tonight, brought down right on the 22. Sterling quickly for Laurie. Run around. Kenny brings in Jackson. Back for Sterling. Showed it twice. 11 metres out, Parramatta. Laurie. He's going to bomb away midfield. Stuart climbed for it and took it brilliantly.
Yes, a great defuser, that one. That was a real magnificent leap. Now watch him, he's only a small man. Nissan replay, up he goes, down he comes with the football. That's real courage.
So the Raiders wondering if this pressure is ever going to ease up from the Parramatta side.
There doesn't seem to be any end to it. Right from the word go, Parramatta have had the bit between their teeth. They've moved up very fast in the tackle. They've been very persistent in everything they've done. They've given Canberra no room.
Clyde has been very closely watched tonight. Last tackle now for the Raiders. And Stuart puts it down for Mahon. He's only 10 metres away from his own line. Gets to the quarter line before the defence gets him. LIDDIARD. Flicked it back for Jackson. Jackson somehow managed to avoid those two players. Penalty's going to go to the Eels.
Yes, have a look at the on the Nissan replay now. Jackson goes in to take the tackle there. You can see the way he bunched himself up. But Walters was the man who had hold of him by the leg, and he's been the man that's been penalised. Now COYNE's getting a talking to by the touch judge.
Yeah, that'll be for that swinging arm in that tackle.
Yes, the one that missed. Had it not missed, he might have been having an early walk into the dressing room.
So Belcher, who's the new captain with MENINGA off the field injured, has a listen. And the penalty to Parramatta. LIDDIARD will have the kick for touch. And again, Canberra turned around. The restart from 35 metres out. Canberra will be looking to the half-time break with great anxiety.
I reckon their coach SHEENS might give them a word or two at half-time too. It really has been a very unexciting performance by Canberra. This is totally out of character for them, but every side's got to have an off night or an off day.
Parramatta would love another try right now with a few minutes to the half-time break. Kenny beat one. Finally grounded just outside the quarter. Now Drake. Sterling. HORO back to Sterling. Avoided the tackle of Stuart and got it back for HORO. 5 tackles gone for the Parramatta side. Sterling wants it on the left. Trying to bomb. There was pressure on him from Stuart. The Canberra Raiders come up with it. Walters it was who was able to get there. Now TODD. Caught underneath by Barnes. Here comes Lazarus. Barnes in there to meet him. Very inspired performance from Parramatta. Dean Lance. He can't find a way through there. O'Sullivan. Got around Drake, then lost the football. Horo's back to pick it up for Parramatta. But fairly typical of Canberra's performance in this first half. Now here's Kenny. Kenny just trying to get on the outside of his man. Mahon. Upended by Stewart. Goodwin. "35 metres out. Sterling. Now Jackson. 5 tackles used up by Parramatta. Sterling wants it. Now it's gone back for LIDDIARD. Wrong foots the defence. The little kick and chase from LIDDIARD, but Belcher is back there for it. Belcher outside the quarter now. Not a good run from Belcher.
Yes, excellent run. That's the sort of thing he does. He catch a kick in the air and bring the ball back 15, 20, 25 yards. He's excellent.
O'Sullivan. Quick hands out for Ferguson. Ferguson is to halfway. Still going strongly. Chicka Ferguson. Fine run from the winger.
Only about a minute to go to half-time.
He was able to get it back for Martin. Time running up for the Raiders in this first half. Stewart floats it out for Belcher. Caught by Bartolo. Right on the Parramatta quarter. Stewart for Clyde. Drake was underneath. They'll need to hold them out in the remaining few seconds of this first half. Coming back the blind side for Lazarus. A little kick that was knocked down by Kenny.
Well, here it is. Lazarus. Mishand replay. Kenny up for it. Knocked on. Picked it up. Made progress upfield a little bit. The referee's pulled it back. Wants a scrum.
That's the Canberra feed, the Canberra scrum win. They're inside the quarter, seconds to half-time. Now Sullivan puts a little kick through. Sterling read it beautifully and goes back and claims the football in his own in goal.
I reckon Sterling ought to keep the football.
So Parramatta go to the break as Sterling lets blood down his face. 7-0.
I've been to cities that never closed down, from LA to Rome and old London town, but no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia home. I'm always traveling, I love being free, and so I keep leaving the sun and the sea. But my heart lies waiting over the phone. I still call Australia home.
Parramatta Stadium, the venue for what is an absorbing struggle between the Parramatta Eels and the reigning champs, the Canberra Raiders. There is the score at half-time. The Eels leading 7-0. And certainly a very, very dedicated performance from this man, Peter Sterling, Brent Kenny. They're really dictating terms. Outstanding first half. First half tackles show that Parramatta have made 113 of them, 19 to Barnes, 16 to Goodwin, while Canberra have had to make 131 of them.
And Lazarus with an incredible 23 in that first 40. He's got a ton more in front of him now. Mahon off Sterling. Billy, what was said at half-time?
Mick Cronin asked his players for a full-on effort for the first 10 minutes. He thinks if they can keep Canberra scoreless in this period, they should be able to go on with it. Tim Sheens was pretty quiet. He thought that panic had caused a lot of handling problems. It feels that if they settle down, they should be able to get back into it. Only the next 40 minutes will give us the answer, Graham.
They were certainly bustled and in a lot of trouble. Drake. He's the man that replaced Gately. Barnes. LIDDIARD. They shifted. Kenny couldn't get it out another pass wide as he was cut down by Clyde. 41 tackles in the opposition half for the Eels. Astonishing. Just 19 for the Raiders. Belcher. getting down there in a solid straight line, the Eels. Bell. Important with no Meninga out there. Somebody's got to lift them. Lance. Stuart. Showed it outside, then back on the inside for Todd. Their normal trademark in the forwards is to support each other and run in 2s and 3s. The Raiders, they haven't done it in the first half. Stuart. Low angle kick for touch. It should beat everybody over the line.
Yes, on the Nissan replay, a not conventional type of kick from him. He usually kicks a little bit higher than that with a torpedo on it, but that one ran over the sideline pretty well. It's only about 10 metres out from the Parramatta goal line, but the Parramatta feeding the scrum.
Sterling. Kenny. The old firm was in great form in the first 40. HORO. 13 missed tackles, more than 2-1 just slightly against the Raiders. Goodwin. Couple of great charges in the first half. Now to start the second half. Just as hot for the Eels. Sterling takes it to the defence. Kenny stepping. Flick for Sterling. Unloads for LIDDIARD, who's got CRNKOVICH. Could this be number 2? Does he have the legs to get there? No, Sterling does. Sterling's got a try. It's Jackson. Jackson's got it. What a way to start the second.
Well, this is a great try, a magnificent try. We'll see it again from the inception on the Nissan replay, and you can judge. This is great stuff. Sterling there with a long pass out there to Kenny. Now watch the weave, the little swerve, gets a pass on the flick back inside to Sterling. Sterling's then got LIDDIARD beside him. Now LIDDIARD's no slouch, but he didn't decide to run. He gave it out there to CRNKOVICH. CRNKOVICH went like blazes. The last moment he was just about to be tackled. He got the pass back on the outside to Jackson, and that's a very good try. Now Kenny's beautiful stuff. The little body swerve, wrong foot's O'Sullivan, gets it back to Sterling. Sterling away there. Now here's CRNKOVICH on the sprint. He's really moving. He thought he was going to get there on his own. Tackled from behind by Martin, but got the pass away beautifully to Jackson, and Jackson's in for his 4th try in the last 2 matches. Great stuff.
The student got the first try, the teacher gets the second. Now the little master himself, still bleeding from that head cut, had a big hand in it. They are in a real big hole. 1 from 1 for Mahon. This kick will really make it difficult, as they would need more than 2 converted tries. The roar will lift the roofs here at the stadium. But it's a shocker from Mahon. The Eels 11, the Raiders no score here at the stadium.
Are we on the verge of an upset? Still a long way to go, of course, but the Eels have really dictated terms from the start. And scoring first in the second half is a wonderful sign for them. Now Goodwin, who's been very instrumental in taking the ball up strongly for the Parramatta side.
He's made 3 long busts, and on each occasion he's not been able to get a pass away. That's a tragedy, really. When you think about the number of occasions that a good player should make a bust and should be able to get a pass away. I'm not being critical of him, but I mean, it would be a great adjunct to his football skill if he could do something with the ball.
Now Sterling is going to find touch.
Yeah, Sterling on the Nissan replay, well, he's just playing with them at the moment with his kicks. That was a nice little one that split the wing 3/4 and the fullback BELCHER. Just went over the sideline between them.
Stuart with the feed just on the corner. You really need someone to grab hold of this game for the Raiders.
That was the reunion ploy.
No Meninga, no Daly. Somebody in green has got to do something inspiring. But this Parramatta side is really devoted to this game. Lost the football. He's going to play the knock on.
Well, you'll see that the ball was stripped from him by HORO, clearly, and that's in a forward direction, so the scrum will go down and it should be a Canberra feed.
Stuart again with the feed. He back the blind side. Can't get past Sterling. Langford was there to lend a hand. Now Lazarus.
Putting himself into that sideways running motion now. Just a little bit of crab-wise, and he makes himself an easy mark for the defence.
This defence from Parramatta's outstanding. Todd throwing himself into that tackle. Now Stewart is still down on his haunches being worked on. Be a tragedy for Canberra if he's in big trouble. Lance. Sterling's got him. 5 tackles used up as Stewart still being treated. Walters got a back for O'Sullivan. And again was Kenny coming up in defence.
Incredibly good. Incredibly good defence there by Kenny. Read that perfectly.
That was the 6th tackle. So Langford now comes away with it, gets to halfway. Stewart hobbling. Matt Goodwin. Now it's back to Sterling. Here's Kenny. Kenny's caught by Lance and got the football to CRNKOVICH. CRNKOVICH in turn has given it away. There was a hit of a forward pass there, but it's been allowed to continue. Now the penalty's going to go Parramatta's way. COYNE shake of the head.
Yeah, well, COYNE's probably just a little bit angry at the thought of that he's conceded a penalty somewhere we're in a very kickable position, but he really did let go the guy as he got to his feet, Jackson. But he's got to grin and bear that. They're the sort of things that can happen.
Well, he's playing his 100th first grade game tonight. We saw Paul Sirinen last Friday night playing his 100th and absolutely slaying them. Gary COYNE is not having such a night.
Well, I think Gary COYNE is an old head, and he realises that referees are human. And under the influence of a loud roar from a crowd, a home crowd, he's probably seen the same sort of thing down at Bruce Stadium, where Canberra have got a penalty for something that probably might not have been on. That looked a bit rough to me.
Now Mahon hits this one sweetly, right between the sticks. So the Parramatta side go further in front. What a scoreline that is. 13-0 Parramatta over Canberra.
At Parramatta Stadium. That's right, if you've just joined us, online for a massive upset. The Eels showing everyone they're definite contenders for the semi-finals in 1990. If they had played like this last week against St George, the scoreline could have been anything. Goodwin. Right on their own 22, the Eels. Sterling. HORO. Next Friday night, they'll be backing up again on Nissan Friday Night Football against Canterbury. A real purple patch so far for the Eels. CRNKOVICH. Sterling. Trying to kick that one inside out off the wrong foot to try and find touch. BELCHER. Matthew Wood. Stuart O'Sullivan. They're not having any luck up the middle. They're going to go out wide for a break. Walters. Lazarus. Crunching tackle from HORO. Stuart. BELCHER. CLYDE. He has been upended on a number of occasions. Nearly 15,500 fans here at the stadium, all of them roaring for the Eels. Stuart, they're going to try the short kicking game. Kenny was sweating on it. He got back quickly, unloads for Mahon, playing with plenty of confidence, the Eels.
Everything they do looks good at the moment. They're playing with so much confidence that you'd never believe that Canberra are the leaders of the competition.
LIDDIARD for CRNKOVICH. No MENINGA out in the centres, it's starting to show. LAURIE. A tackle of his on CLYDE in the first half was inspirational to his teammates. Barnes. GOODWIN. Talk about mighty efforts. It's going to be needed on Sunday in our State Bank big game, Balmain and Cronulla. The Sharks are due to find some form. The Tigers in outstanding form. Another kick for touch. The Eels night tonight at the stadium.
Have a look at the things he's doing now, Sterling. He really is turning the knife in the wound or rubbing salt into the wound with a magnificent kick like that. Only about 4 metres from the corner post. Another scrum. Of course, it's a Canberra feed. It didn't touch any Parramatta players, any Canberra players over the sideline. But if they can contain them and get another error, they're on their way again.
O'Sullivan. They can't find a solution, Bill, the Raiders.
The key men for Canberra have been contained, haven't they? Belcher just hasn't been able to cut free, and Brad CLYDE, who's normally on the edge of the ruck doing likewise, he's been contained well too. I think we should give credit to the Parramatta defence, Graham. It's been very enthusiastic. I just don't know if they can maintain an emotional high like this week after week, but
that is certainly the difficult question for them. But what a display at home in front of their fans. Steve Walters. One more tackle for the green and white. Lance. Belcher. Straight to LIDDIARD. O'Sullivan takes him low. Mahon. Lance and CLYDE have got him. Drake. Non-stop this performance from Parramatta. GOODWIN loses it. One of their rare errors. It might allow a chance for the Raiders. Bell! Martin's there. Now they get a roll on. A quick play of the ball. O'Sullivan, Stuart. It opened up for him for just a moment. Belcher. Look for support. Lance did well to take it and drag it in.
That Barnes is tackling everything that moves. The little 5'8" that's been turned into a hooker by the Parramatta club. Number 9, keep your eye on him. He's tackling everything.
Jeff Weeks had played the advantage. The Raiders. They have hardly been down here and threatening at this end. Belcher will kick it over the touchline and try and continue on in possession. GOODWIN's now bleeding from a head wound. They're feeling no pain, the Eels, though. TODD setting play up towards the middle of the ruck. LAZARUS has his turn. A couple of metres away. Steve Walters from dummy half. He's got a try, has he? No, they've pushed him back. Only inches in it. COYNE at dummy half, looks to the left. Stuart. The defence was up so quick he had nowhere to go. LAZARUS for O'Sullivan. To the end goal. Belcher's there. Try. They've hit back. It's alive for the defending premiers. Quick thinking from O'Sullivan.
And have you ever seen a fullback move faster? Look at this little grubber kick through there. Now watch Belcher. He looks like he's in the stall gift. He came on there moving at a great rate of knots and was able to get to the ball very neatly. There he is, coming from about 3 yards deep. Just overwhelmed everybody in the race for the ball. That was a marvellous bit of football, all planned. He'd previously put the word on to O'Sullivan, and there he is. That's a very, very good try. Good try indeed.
Gary Belcher, the development officer for the club down there, and what a player. And well contained tonight. You just can't give him an inch to move. Now with Meninga off the field, Matthew Woods taking over the kicking duties. Woods strikes it nicely. Flags go up. The Raiders aren't down yet. 13-6 though. Parramatta with a healthy lead. Parramatta lead 13 points to 6. This is the question now for Parramatta after having dominated this game in front of a crowd of over 15,000. With Canberra striking back like that, can they keep their momentum going, or can Parramatta call on their reserves of energy? This game is set for a tremendous finish. We've still got 24 minutes left. Just on the Canberra quarter, LAZARUS. This is way down past LIDDIARD. In fact, he's 10 metres from his own line by the time he picks it up. The Raiders' defence missing. On the third, they bring him down, though. Finally, LAZARUS, who brought him down. Now BARTOLO. Here comes Goodwin.
Well, now LAZARUS has just completed 3 tackles in the space of about 30 seconds there.
Drake. For Barnes, who's gone without it. So the Raiders come up with possession. Now CLYDE, who's been well contained tonight. This time he's able to get it back for Walters. Now BELCHER. Now Ferguson. Now the Raiders are starting to move it around like the Raiders we know. Defence from Barnes is good. Stuart.
Well, he shaped the pass out to his left and there was nobody there.
Last week against Newcastle, the Raiders were very slow to get going and they really had to pick up their performance at about this stage. 5 tackles used up. O'Sullivan. Again, the little kick through. Well, it's going to be a Parramatta ball. And they're in their own quarter. And Bill, on the sideline, you get a feeling that this game may be changing just a little.
Canberra, a very fit side, and they won a grand final last year after being well behind at half-time, and they fought their way back into it. They do have the happy knack of being able to get back into a football game, and because they can score tries from anywhere on the field, they're always potently dangerous. Parramatta at the moment are playing the wrong game. They're making handling mistakes down in their own half. They're overplaying their game somewhat. They should be using a good kick and chase game, forcing Canberra to play from inside their own quarter.
O'Sullivan. Those handling errors Bill mentioned are all even now. With Parramatta making a few in the last couple of minutes. Here's BELCHER. Back for Wood. Takes it inside the quarter. BELCHER was trailing him through, looking for that pass. Ferguson has given it away to... well, they're keeping it alive. Oh, this is good stuff now from the Raiders. LAZARUS finally diving on it. Tackle count restarts. Parramatta really putting some pressure on them, and they're going to get the penalty, the Raiders. Parramatta starting to feel a little bit of pressure themselves.
Yes, they've had a couple of handling errors in the last 2 or 3 minutes, which have just taken the tempo away. And I think that probably the Canberra side will come home fairly strongly. I can remember watching the Canberra side in one match this year when they scored 17 points in 8 minutes at the end of the game, which was a pretty horrendous thing to do to the opposition, but that's the way they can be. But they had a full side with Daly, Meninga and so forth, all those other people there.
Matthew Wood's going to try and make it 2 from 2 from just outside the 22. They've been averaging 25 points a match, the Raiders, in attack. A little bit unfamiliar for them tonight. Incredibly, facts lie. Parramatta have been allowing in nearly 20 against them a match. Wood. They get closer, the Raiders. The Eels have got to look over their shoulder. 13 points to 8. What a match here in the stadium. The pace has been superb. The crowd have loved every moment of this one. And there is a lot more left yet.
There's still 20 minutes to go.
Mahon. Down it comes for the Raiders, who are clawing their way back. Martin brought down right on the 22. MENINGA has joined Billy Anderson.
Well, Mal, everyone in Queensland wants to know the answer to this question. What are your chances for Wednesday night? State of origin, the big one, number 3.
No idea, Billy. I just torn a slight hamstring tonight. I did it last week and recurrence tonight, so I'll just have to wait and see.
Do you give yourself any chance at all?
Oh, I think I a good chance, and I go to physiotherapy and put plenty of ice and plenty of stretching. I think I might be able to get on the field.
Well, you've missed a lot of the agony. You've been in the dressing room putting ice on it. You were behind by 13 points to 0, but you've now fought your way back to 13 points to 8, not without hope.
No, our guys can come back. I feel I'm pretty confident at this stage. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Parramatta are playing very well. Not that we haven't been playing well at all, but I'll just see what happens, I suppose.
Mel, thanks for talking to us, and let's hope that you are on the field on Wednesday. All of Queensland will be thinking that way.
Thanks, Bill.
We wish him well with it. It'd be great to see him on the paddock for that third match. Also, Wally Lewis, because Queensland feel they have a point to prove. We'll find out next Wednesday night. Goodwin. .40 out from their own line, Parramatta. Now they decide to get away from this end. They're keeping this straight line as they head down there, Parramatta. There's a ton of them there. Jackson. The Raiders send someone sideline, Bill.
David Barnhill in 26, Graham. He's a strike player. He'll be coming on for Brent Todd.
BELCHER. Talking of strike players. He struck a blow for the Raiders to get them back into it. Todd might be his last run. Stuart. This is going to go a long way down near the Parramatta line. Brilliantly taken by LIDDIARD running back. He heads upfield. Trips as he comes to O'Sullivan. Sterling for Mahon. He slips likewise. Goodwin. Quickly out of dummy half. He caught them napping a couple inside the referee. They won't want to argue.
Yeah, Walt was inclined to just have a bit of an argument there, but it was the good work of Matt Goodwin. He picked the ball up very, very quickly and ran from the dummy half situation and caught some of them. They actually tackled him inside the 5, so that's good quick work and good quick thinking.
Here come the Eels. Can Sterling or Kenny give them some breathing space? 13-8 here at the stadium. Barnes. Sterling G's up some runners. Langford. The crowd trying to send some more support now for their side. HORO. More like a grand final here tonight than a normal Winfield Cup Premiership round. Tap straight ahead for HORO. Head down 9-8 metres.
Watch for the field goal.
Kenny is deep. On the inside of Sterling. Sterling! So close, 6 more tackles. Barnes! Right on their line, the Raiders. Goodwin. Goodwin. LAURIE at dummy half. Motions to go right. Sterling wants it. Tries to set up a ball, ducks under tackles. 5 metres away, Kenny to take over. He ran around behind a player, he's going to get caught for shepherding.
Yeah, fair enough. The crowd won't like that decision. We've got a touch judge in at the moment. That's with some replacements coming on. But I think Kenny clearly put himself in a situation there where they shepherded, and some of his own players shepherded him, and that's just unfortunate, but that's the way the game goes.
Well, those 2 replacements are on, and the 2 props are coming off, LAZARUS and Todd. So they're off, and Collins is on, along with Barnhill.
Well, Lazarus has got through a monumental amount of tackling.
38 tackles for Lazarus.
Oh, that's a hell of a tackle count.
Tremendous performance from him. Now the Raiders with a deficit, looking at them, still at 5-point deficit. Collins has gone into dummy half. Stuart, O'Sullivan. Wood's given it back. O'Sullivan now dummy half. Walters and COYNE, we understand, will play in the front row. Here's Belcher giving it away for Ferguson. Got through Barnes, but not through Laurie. CLYDE starting to get some speed up now, and away goes Woods. Now the Raiders are really starting to spread them.
Nice tackle.
5 tackles used up. Stewart. Up it goes. Mahon is there for it. Mahon is crunched as he takes the football.
Well, a lot of courage needed for that one. Look at him looking at the ball and gets pounded by COYNE. That was a real rib tickler, that one.
Now the Eels are hemmed in their own quarter. 13-8, the Parramatta side lead. But the Raiders are really starting to come back strongly. Right on the Parramatta quarter. There are still 13 minutes of play left. Sterling. Stewart is back there for it. Oh, he's knocked it on. We saw Belcher made a very simple mistake earlier. Now Stewart.
Well, let's have a look at this closely again. We'll see whether he does. Yes, he does seem to knock the ball back, even though he wasn't facing his opponent's goal line. You can knock on as long as the ball's propelled towards your opponent's goal line. Doesn't matter what direction you're facing.
Another change for Parramatta, Bill.
Bill GREENTREE in 43 for Andrew Langford, who's got through a power of work.
There's the young Langford. We saw him come on against St George last week late in the game. Right on the halfway mark. He's got his first touch of the ball tonight. Caught underneath by O'Sullivan. Sterling. Laurie. Just 10 metres inside the Canberra half. Goodwin.
What an effort this man has put in. Really, I can't believe just how much work he's got through.
Sterling on the last.
There was the attempted field goal.
And it's going to go dead. So 13-8, Parramatta lead Canberra. The Eels still have their nose in front, trying to withstand this comeback from the champs. Walters. CLYDE again. Collins from dummy half. GREENTREE got him. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Got it back for Belcher. Some room to move. Last tackle now against the Raiders. It's for Stewart. Stewart. Ferguson. Ferguson's got CLYDE with him. CLYDE inside the corner. He's pulled down just 10 metres short on the last tackle. So that'll be a turnover. What a game.
Sensational game here at the stadium from one end to the other. We go inside the last 10 minutes. The Eels trying to hang on, the Raiders trying to sneak home. Jackson. Bradley Clyde is cramped up on the sideline. GREENTREE. Sterling. Sterling. Laurie. This could be something. CRNKOVICH puts it down. Everybody goes back to find a seat. It mightn't be for long as the Raiders stretch it. They've got a break. Bell. Martin. What a superb game. Touch judge looked as though he wanted to come onto the field. Ferguson stepping his way through.
The survival of the fittest, this one.
Collins for O'Sullivan. Wood. It would be almost incredible if the Eels lost this. Collins. Last tackle. Stewart. Way up. Plenty of time to ponder some thoughts here. Play on. Ferguson 6 more tackles. Belcher. The Winfield Cup champions are showing their true character. COYNE. Lance. 2 metres away. Stewart. Martin. Walters. One more tackle. Stewart. Way too deep.
Yes, all the impetus went off the Canberra attack on that occasion because this kick was much too heavily weighted. I don't know whether he had, thought he wanted to get a rebound off the legs or something or other. It went very close to Parramatta legs, but it went much too far. So the back they come to the quarter. Parramatta still in possession, and now only 8 minutes to go. An incredible game of rugby league. We've got the touch judge on at the moment, making a report. Horo's the man that he's called out, and there's a Canberra player coming up too. Yes, I think it's this little incident here when they, yes, that's right. Paul Martin and he, that was Martin pushing him over, but it was a bit of a dive actually.
We will restart from the 22. The Eels have got the Raiders at this stage, and Bear the Flu has just about got me.
I was about to wonder, we're asking the question if Parramatta can hang on. Can your voice last the distance? That was the question I was wondering. I'll see what I can do, have a rest. What a game of football this is. Trust you're enjoying it at home. Tremendous pace. Everything right about this game. Here's Sterling. Ball down 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Greentree is a dummy half. HORO caught by CLYDE. This is the last tackle for Parramatta. LIDDIARD sends it down for Belcher. Knocked back according to Weeks.
Not according to the crowd. they wanted to knock on there. They're not going to get one.
Now Stewart. No Sullivan. It's Goodwin who chased him and grabbed him. Barnhill. Lance was able to switch the point of attack. Now Bell.
Well, they're compelled to play catch-up football now, Canberra. They're taking all sorts of risks. They're pushing passes. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Parramatta come up with another score if they keep playing like this, Canberra.
Here's Stewart. A little kick and chase from him. Kenny's back there. Read it well. Got in front of Stewart, who was chasing it. Was able to pick it up. Now Mahon, caught by Stewart. Another change getting set for Canberra, Bill.
Stuart Stanton, number 17 for Dean Lance.
Will be the fourth replacement that Canberra have used. Goodwin.
Magnificent tackle from Stewart right round his bootlaces. Pulled him down in full stride.
That scoreline is 13-8 as you saw. With 5 minutes to go. Last tackle now against the Eels. Sterling. Kicking on the 6th and finding touch on the quarter line.
Yeah, what an input into the game this little bloke has had. Really, he's had one of his masterful games. He played very well last week against St George, but I gave the award to Jackson, who scored 3 tries. But this little fella has really had a masterful effect on this game.
Another change, Bill.
Yes, Matt Munro in 26 for Barnes. Both coaches realise this game's been played at a frantic pace.
Yeah, he gets a standing ovation as he leaves the field.
And deserves every bit of it. He's been an outstanding success, switching from 5'8" into the hooker role. under the new regime where hookers don't have to be the hard heads they used to be. Oh, the tackle on that occasion.
Phil, just hang on to Parramatta come up with the football. Oh, this is a tremendous game now as the Eels through Goodwin. Goodwin is getting to within 5 metres of the line. Is this the Parramatta try they've been searching for such a while? Munro will play it 5 metres short. Greentree to Sterling. The long cutout ball for Kenny. Kenny still going. Looks for support. Got it away to LIDDIARD. Oh, they're in the corner. Yes. He's ruled the try. Sensational stuff for Bartolo.
Absolutely sensational try there. I think Bartolo's the scorer. This man Sterling had a lot of input straight out to Kenny. Kenny weaves, comes back on the inside, beats another tackle there from COYNE, comes to Belcher, looks for support, gets a pass away out there to LIDDIARD. LIDDIARD out to Bartolo, and Bartolo does get the football down, but whether his legs are over the sideline, we couldn't tell from that angle. Maybe we can from a different one, but we'll see. There's the beautiful bit of football by Kenny. What a magic game this fella's had too, really. He might have lost a bit of pace. He's still a magnificent player. Out there to LIDDIARD, the fullback. On there to Bartolo. Well, he goes over the line, but I can't tell you with any authority whether he scored a try, but with only a minute or so to go, I think there's about a minute.
He was certainly over the line for a while before he got the football down. Now, whether or not another look at that.
Here we've got him again. Now watch him, because I'm concerned about his legs. Now he's on his back, still hasn't got the football down. Do his legs go over the sideline at that point? I thought they did. But anyway, the referee has awarded it.
Very close call. The try has been awarded in any case. And Mahon, from way out there, with 2 minutes remaining, is not going to get anywhere near the posts with that kick. So the score 17-8.
I'll have to try not to get excited. I mean, I'll have to take another pill. Well, there's a pretty sight for you. Could you do something about your face, Goodwin, please? I mean, Matt, we really don't need to see all this technicolor gore.
Oh, gee, what a game this has been. Now, Walters is going to try the little short kick off. Greentree read it okay and picks it up for Parramatta. They've got about a minute and a half to absorb this pressure now, Parramatta. It really did look for an awful long time that the Raiders were going to be able to get back into this game. Now, MUNRO just inside the Canberra half. They'll want to use up as much time as they can. Greentree from dummy half. Nothing fancy now from Parramatta. Sterling.
Catch-up football can bring teams undone. It can get you an outstanding win occasionally, but more often than not, it'll bring your team undone.
Now, Belcher bringing that kick from Sterling back towards the quarter line. The Raiders with Matthew Wood gets to the quarter line. Got the pass away miraculously for Ferguson. Ferguson upfield. Pulled down 10 metres from halfway. This is going to be a magnificent win to the Parramatta side if they can just hold on. It looks as if they will now. Collins runs into 3 Parramatta defenders. Now Stuart for Belcher. Pass which has gone forward. Week saw it, pulled it back.
Yes, you can't fool the Nissan replay. There was a one-handed pass by Belcher, and look how far he had to go forward, and that's the end of the section. The crowd are absolutely ecstatic here. The home crowd, a very loyal home crowd, let me tell you, sometimes a little bit partisan, sometimes it's going to be even a little bit unfair, but nonetheless they've done a marvellous job. There's some of the heroes that have gone through the game there. Langford coming back to greet the team as they walk off. Also Barnes, both of them very, very good competitors for the Parramatta side. The way the score went was this: Parramatta 17, Canberra 8. CRNKOVICH, Jackson, Bartolo scored tries, all the outside backs. Mahon kicked 2 goals and Sterling kicked a very important field goal at a critical time. And there are 8 points.